students, a very big and warm welcome to all of you. I hope you all are doing great. So children, before starting the session, let me introduce myself to you. This is Pooja Rawat and today I am going to teach you an interesting subject which is computer. So tell me children, what do you mean by computer? What is computer and how computer work? Why computer is so important for us? So we are going to find out about this in our very first chapter. So let's start the chapter. Fun with Scratch. So let's do some fun activity with Scratch. So tech goals of this chapter are: the student will be able to create a new project in a Scratch, add a new sprite, change the costume of a sprite, make a sprite say something, make a sprite repeat the same actions, change the backdrop, add a sound to a Scratch project. So let's see how these topics are going to work in Scratch program. So let's boot up with write the names of the given sprites of the Scratch. So some sprites are given here, you have to just see them and write their name. As the first one is a girl with green top, second a basketball player on a wheelchair, a walking girl. So like that you have to write the name of rest of the sprites. You have learned how to open Scratch and use the motion and pen blocks to create basic projects in the previous class. Let's explore some more features of Scratch. So we have already learned about basic features and basic projects in Scratch. Now we are going to explore some more features of Scratch. Now creating a new project. To start a project, do the following: get the Scratch window open, select the file option, select the new option. A new project begins with the stage displaying the standard cat sprite. For opening a new project, you have to open the Scratch window first, then you have to go to file option. Here you can see new option is given here, you have to just click on that. A new project will be given with a new window and it will be displaying the standard cat sprite. Now adding a new sprite. The steps below can be used to add a new sprite. Click on the choose a sprite option by clicking on it. The sprite library will be visible to you. Select a fresh sprite, choose the butterfly 2 for instance. Now you can change your sprite or you can add a new sprite. For that you have to click on choose a sprite option by clicking on it. So a library with full of sprites will visible to you or will open in front of you. You have to choose the butterfly 2 for example. So as you can see, you have to just choose a sprite and you can see multiple or so many sprites. You have to choose the butterfly 2 from these sprites. The sprite that was selected shows up on the screen. Choose the default or currently used sprite from the sprite list. Then click the delete symbol to remove it. So as you can see, the selected sprite will be visible to you on the screen. Now Tech Talk. Go button. This button is situated in the stage upper left corner. To run or execute the script, click on it. So if you want to execute the script or run the script, you have to click this go button flag. Stop button. The go button and the stop button are next to each other. It is red in color and is used to stop the project at any point while it is being carried out. So you can see the stop button near the go button. So this is to stop your ongoing project. Now let's learn about changing the costume of a sprite. To modify the sprite look, so use the following actions to view and change the sprite costume. Select the Costumes tab. Take note of two outfit listed under costumes. Click on the motion category after searching. Selecting the code tab, drop the block to the code area by dragging it there. In order to adjust the step value from 10 to 20, click inside the number box. Choose the looks category. Now purple color code, drag the onto the coding area. So if you want to change the sprite's costume, so it is very easy. You have to follow some steps. So first you have to view and change the sprite's costume. So you have to select the costume tab for that and you have to take note of two outfits which is listed under costume. Then you have to click on motion category, and after that you have to select code tab. Then you have to just click on or drop that block in the code area with dragging it. You have to just drag it with your mouse. Now you have to adjust the step values from 10 to 20 inside that number box. After that you have to choose the looks category, and you have to drag that particular block onto the coding area. Now put it under the block marked. Select the block and snap it below the block. To launch the script, click on any of the blocks. Watch as the sprite switches up its costume and color. So you have to put this block under the block marked. Then you have to select the other block and you have to just place it below the other block. Then you have to launch the script and click on any block. So you will see your sprite will change costume and color. Making a sprite say something. You may also make the sprite speak a word or a sentence in a Scratch project. The sprite can speak in a speech bubble by using the block. Let's examine the following example. Select the looks section in the coding box, drag and drop the block. Select the control category by clicking on it, orange color code. So if you want to make your sprite say something, you can follow some steps. So you have to just select the look section first. In the coding box, you have to just drag this block. Then you have to select the control category. Drag the block marked to the coding area. Using the previous one, snap it. Before proceeding to the following block in the script, this block causes the sprite to wait for a predetermined amount of seconds. So you have to select the control category. Again, you have to just click on orange color code. Then you have to drag and block mark to the coding area, and you have to use the previous one. So before proceeding, you have to just follow the script, and this block will cause the sprite to wait for a predetermined amount of seconds. Now speed quiz. How can you delete an existing sprite? So you have to tell how you can delete a sprite which is already exist. Now change the value from 1 to 2. Once more, choose looks block category and arrange below the block. The sprite can speak something for a particular length of time thanks to this block. So you have to change the value first from 1 to 2 you have to do. Then you have to choose look block category and you have to arrange them systematically, and you have to see that your sprite is speaking for a particular length of time. In the block's text field, type the message, "How are you?" Place the block at the conclusion of the script by dragging it there. Once again, make "I am good" the block's new text. To launch script, click on any of the blocks. So you have to see in the block text field, and you have to just type a message, like you can type anything. Like for instance, they have written "How are you?" Then you have to place this block at the conclusion of the script by dragging it there once again. Then you have to write the answer, reply "I am good," the block next to the text, and you have to just launch the script to see the effect. Now repeating actions. The sprite's action can be repeated as often as necessary to regulate the actions in the control category. You will receive a variety of blocks. Blocks contained within the blocks are repeated for the number of times that is specified within the block. Let's get familiar with the repetition block. Drag the block to the coding area. After selecting it, make the adjustment from 10 to 15. So you can repeat some actions. As you see, your sprite is jumping, so you can jump it again. You can make it jump again from some commands. So what you have to do, you have to just drag this block to the coding area after selecting, and you have to just make the adjustment from 10 to 15. So blocks from motion block palette into the coding area and drag and drop. Set the value in both blocks to 30. Put them inside. Now as a figure illustrator, choose the category for the pen block. Move the block down below the block by dragging it. To run script and see the repeating activity, click on any block. So what you have to do, you have to just click on block from the motion block palette, and in the coding area you have to just drag it, and you have to just set the value in both blocks to 30. And after that you have to put them inside like this block, and you have to just see the magic. Again you have to choose the category from pen block, and you have to move the block down by dragging it. And if you want to run the script so that you can see the effect, you have to just click on any block. Now tech talk. Repeating action is easy and helps make your projects more fun. You can use the repeat block to tell your character to do something over and over. For example, if you want your sprite to jump 10 times, you put the jump action inside a repeat block and set it to 10. So it is very easy to repeat any action. If you want to make your sprite jump, so you can just put the jump action inside the repeat block so that it can jump as much time as you have set it for jumping. In addition to the repeat block, you may control the sprite's movements with the help of the following blocks. So this block, the block contains within the block will run indefinitely unless the stop button is pressed. The event category contains this block in Scratch. It is the most utilized block. Scripts starting with this block will execute as soon as the go button is pressed. So as you have seen, there are so many buttons or blocks to the repeat block. You may control your sprite's movement with the help of these blocks. So first one is this block. This block contains or this block is visible within the block, which is run indefinitely when until and unless you stop this process. And this event category is contain the block. So in Scratch you have utilized all the blocks. So scripts start with this block when you click on go button. Now changing the backdrop, you can choose any backdrop from the built-in options in Scratch, or you can make your own. There are 4 choices available in Scratch to modify the stage backdrop. So you can change your backdrop, or you can apply any picture there, any image there according to your choice. So an activity is given here. To modify the backdrop, visit the lab and take the instructions provided. So you have to do these activities in the computer lab practically. So what you have to do, add or change backdrop. Click on backdrop icon at the bottom right corner of the screen. It looks like a photo frame. Choose a new backdrop from the library or upload your own by clicking the choose a backdrop button. So what you have to do, you have to just click on backdrop icon, which is available and visible at the bottom right corner of the screen. Then you have to choose a new backdrop. As you can see, there are so many examples of different images. You have to choose a new backdrop from this library, or you can upload your own photo or image by clicking choose a backdrop button. Modify the backdrop. Use the paint option to draw or edit your own backdrop. Click on the backdrop tab and then paint to open the editor. Use the tools in the editor to add or change elements in your backdrop. Save your work, click a file and then save now to save your project. So now you can modify your backdrop. You have to just use the paint option so that you can draw and you can edit your own backdrop. Now you have to click on backdrop tab and then you have to paint to open the editor. Now you have to use the tool in editors to add or you can change the elements which are available in your backdrop. Then you have to save your work by clicking on file, then save now. Now adding a sound. Your Scratch project can incorporate sound in a variety of ways. This section will teach you about the sound adding blocks found in the sound block category. As seen in figure, add the blocks to create a script. To play the project, click the script. You will hear the mew or sound made by a cat. Let's examine the block that the project uses. Now you can create or you can add a sound to your script or sprite. So as you can see in the picture, the block is created as a script. So now you can play the project and you can see how your cat says meow. So a designated sound will be played by this block up till the sound has finished playing. The script was pause. So a sound will be played according to you, and it will be played whenever time you have set for the sprite. Tech Talk, Scratch and AI. AI or artificial intelligence is like a smart robot that can learn and make decisions. Scratch is a fun computer program where you can create games and stories by dragging and dropping blocks of codes. Together they help you understand how computers think and make learning to code exciting. So it is about Scratch and AI. We all know about AI. It is like a smart robot and it can take its own decision without the help of a human. So Scratch is also a fun computer program which can create games and stories by dragging and dropping the codes. Now memory reload. The sprite appearance can be changed via the costume tabs. The sprite can speak in a speech bubble by using the say hello block. The events category contains the block. Its purpose is to initiate a script. In a Scratch project, the sound blocks are used to play sounds or sprites. Activities can be managed by using the blocks in the control category. So in this chapter we have learned about how we can change our sprite, how we can change its costume, how we can make the sprite speak, and about how we can manage the activities of sprite. Now tick the correct option. You can add a new sprite from where? You can add a new sprite from library. To change the sprite's costume, select the dash tab. So you have to select the looks tab. Through the dash block, the sprite can what? It can say hello. Click on the dash block to move a block of commands anywhere in the coding area. So you have to write option C. Click on the top block. Now fill in the blanks. Click on the file menu and select the dash option to start a new project. So you have to select on the new option. Cat is the dash sprite in a new Scratch project. So it is a default sprite. Using the dash block, you can adjust the sprite's size by a given value. So you will write a change size by. Fourth, a sprite is given the option to wait for a predetermined amount of seconds via the dash block. So it is wait second. Fifth, during project execution, the project can be stopped at any time by using the stop button. Now write T for true and F for false statements. Or sprite's costume cannot be changed. It is false. It can be changed. Sprite's action can be repeated as often as necessary. Yes, it is true. The color green is used for stop button. No, it is false. You can record your own voice in the sound function. Yes, it is true. In Scratch project, sounds are played using the sound blocks. Yes, it is true. Answer in one word. So what color are the building bricks in the looks category? These are purple blocks. Name the block that execute the script repeatedly its own name. It is repeat. Third, which block gives the sprite the ability to speak? It is say block. Now answer the following questions. Give the names of any two looks category blocks. So one is say message for time seconds. The block makes sprite display a speech bubble with the specified message for a certain duration. Second is switch costume. This block changes the sprite's appearance to a different costume. Second, describe how to utilize the repeat block in Scratch. So the repeat block in Scratch is a control block used to execute a set of actions a specific number of times. Third is describe how to use the when clicked block. The when click block is an event block that serves as a starting point for a script. When the green flag, the go button in Scratch is clicked, any script starting with this block will begin execution. Indicate any two alternatives for altering the stage backdrop. Two alternatives for altering the stage backdrop in Scratch are switch backdrop to. This block changes the current backdrop to a selected one from the backdrop library or uploaded backdrop. Second one is next backdrop. This block changes the backdrop to the next one in the backdrop list. Fifth, which block produces the sound of the drum? Name the category that this block falls under as well. The block that produces the sound of the drum is play drum. Drum number for beats or set instructions to drum. This block falls under the sound category. Now let's come to lab activity. Add the sprites and try to make the following project. So you have to add the sprite and you have to try to make the following project which is given here. So children, I hope you understood whatever we have done in this session. Now you will revise the chapter and yes, do not forget to practice the exercise.